Hiroshima-style Okonomiyaki is a delicious savory pancake made with layers of noodles, pork and vegetables encased in a thin crepe-like batter and topped with a delicious sweet sauce. It's usually made on a giant teppanyaki griddle at restaurants, but I'm going to show you how to make it at home in a frying pan. First, we're going to make a simplified yakisoba sauce, so grab a bowl and add half tablespoon of oyster sauce, half tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, half teaspoon of tomato ketchup, quarter teaspoon of sake, quarter teaspoon of sugar, a pinch of ground black pepper, and half teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. Mix them together and then place it by the stove for later. Next, we're going to heat a pan on medium-high with about 1.5 teaspoon of oil. Once it's hot, add 1 portion of precooked ramen noodles and fry them until slightly crispy. I opted for a non-stick pan for this dish and I'm going to reuse it for every step to save on dishwashing. Usually all the elements of Hiroshima-style Okonomiyaki are cooked at the same time on a large deadpan grill, but I wanted to create a home-style version using just a frying pan. Once the noodles are slightly crisp, add the sauce and mix well until they're all covered. As you may know, okonomiyaki comes in 2 famous regional styles, Osaka and Hiroshima. Osaka style uses a thicker batter with ingredients mixed in and topped with a savory fruity sauce, mayonnaise and bonito flakes. Hiroshima style is distinguished by a thin crepe-like base and layered ingredients. The locals always have their own opinions about which one is the real thing, but both versions are well loved across Japan. From my neutral point of view, I see them as just different ways to make okonomiyaki, and I never want to get involved in this discussion. Let's just say I love them both. Okay, these look good, so I'm going to transfer them to a plate, wipe out the pan, and preheat it on medium-low while we make the batter. Take a pourable container and add 30 grams of cake flour, 60 milliliters of cold dashi stock, a pinch of sugar, and dash of mirin. Mix it until smooth, then pour about 3/4 of it into the pan. Spread it out as big as you can. My heat was a bit high, so it's set too quickly. Ideally, you want it a little bigger than this, but it's still gonna be good. One tip is to briefly lift the pan off the heat before you add the batter. Before it completely sets, sprinkle about 1 tablespoon of bonito flakes over the wet batter. Next, add 50 grams of shredded cabbage, some crumbled fried squid snack called ikaten, 50 grams of bean sprouts, and then drizzle the last quarter of the batter to help bind those all together. If you can't get the squid snack, you could also use tempura flakes or potato chips instead. Next, we're going to lay about 100 grams of thinly sliced pork belly over the top. I don't usually recommend unsmoked bacon as a substitute for thinly sliced pork belly, but in this case, it works. Okonomiyaki means as you like, so really you can add anything you'd like to it. Place a lid over the top and cook it for 5 minutes. While we wait, we're going to make the okonomiyaki sauce for the top. I'm using half tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, half tablespoon of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of ketchup, half tablespoon of honey, and half teaspoon of soy sauce. You probably noticed that the ingredients are quite similar to yakisoba sauce, but the ratios are a bit different. Okonomiyaki sauce is thicker and a bit sweeter. Set that aside for later. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, so let's check the okonomiyaki. If you're confident, flip it using 2 spatulas. If you want a foolproof way to flip it, slide it onto a plate, then place the pan on top and flip it over like this. Look at this beautiful crispy crepe. Put the lid back on and cook for another 5 minutes. This time while we wait, we're going to crack an egg into a bowl, add a pinch of salt, and whisk until smooth, then set it by the stove for later. After 5 minutes, the pork should be completely cooked and a bit crispy. Slide everything onto a plate and then wipe the excess oil out of the pan with kitchen paper. Pour the egg into the pan and swirl it around until the bottom is coated. If necessary, you can add a little more oil to make sure the egg doesn't stick. Once the egg is about 80% cooked, add the noodles from earlier and then slide the rest of the okonomiyaki on top. Loosen the edges of the egg using a spatula, then carefully flip the whole thing onto a plate so that the egg is on the top. Finally, let's add the toppings. Generously brush the sauce over the top. And a handful of chopped green onions. And for an authentic touch, we often add a raw egg yolk. And that's it, delicious Hiroshima-style okonomiyaki at home in a frying pan. And great news, I've launched a free mobile app that makes following along with my recipes even easier. It's the perfect kitchen companion after watching my videos. You can access step-by-step instructions right on your phone while you cook. The download link is in the description below. Thank you everyone who voted to see this recipe. If you want the written, printable version, you can find it on my blog, the link is on the screen. And if you're interested in an Osaka style okonomiyaki video, check out the video on the screen. I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, take care.